Hi, my name is Avi Arya from Internet Moguls. I meet a lot of people who are still confused about how this whole digital marketing ecosystem works. A lot of people think they can make extra money blogging. A lot of people feel that YouTube is their thing. Instagram appeals to a lot of people. A lot of people think I can become a digital marketer for others. And then for many others, it's just the coolest thing to do. Digital marketing, this whole industry, one of the very few sunrise industries left in this world. A lot of opportunities coming on across this field. But what should you do? If you are looking to build a career as a digital marketer, if the questions in your mind are around digital marketing, I want to get into the field of digital marketing, but there's so much to do. There are so many fields, there are so many sub-fields. Where should I position myself? If these are the questions, ladies and gentlemen, that are going through your mind, this is a video just for you. Because guess what? The good news is the internet has just come of age. Here's how I talk about the internet. The internet became a teenager and now it's getting into its early 20s. So it's matured enough, and now this mature phenomena is ready and roaring and has multiple fields and subfields that will welcome each of you and your hobbies and your passions, and you can make that into a business. Sounds exciting, right? It is very exciting, because I started my career as a digital marketer way back, when people used to think that I sell internet connections, because the name of my company is Internet Moguls. People who were like digital at that point was digital signages. From then we've come a long way. I've been in this industry for the last 20 years. I used digital marketing and social media to take my dad's business from A to a couple of A's. And then I started a travel company that started doing very well. Then I started an online e-commerce setup called Cheap Air Tickets India, which did extremely well. I realized very early in my life that I've become a first mover. And when I became a first mover, I wanted to do more stuff. And that's when the crash happened. There was no global crash, but it was a crash because of my own mistakes. Because the one lesson I needed to learn back then, to be able to convey to all of you, that nothing is forever. Especially in this fast changing internet world, nothing stays forever. Blogging comes and goes, YouTube channels come and go, the algorithms change, and your business that you have built on one small channel, that one niche that you have, goes away in no time. So the main thing I'd like to tell you, before you get into your digital journey, understand all the platforms very well before you understand which are the 3-4 that you're going to dabble in. A lot of people feel, I don't want to come in front of the camera. I want to just write. I love writing. I want to be anonymous. I'm an introvert. Great, doesn't matter. There is place for everyone. Become a blogger. Write blogs about things that not only resonate with you, but also help others. I'll tell you how. Some people say, oh, I'm writing for passion. I love to wear black. I know a lot of people like to wear black, so I'll talk about black. But like, make it a little more meaningful. Why do people wear black? Why do people choose certain colors? Why do people buy sneakers? Why this sneaker fetish? If you're talking about cooking, everybody's talking about cooking. What's different about your cooking? Because you might be a mother, a stay-at-home mother, who might be feeling that I know that I'm craving for nutritious meals for my kids, and nobody has nutritious meals. So you have a channel which only specializes in 5-minute nutritious meals for your children that you can get ready before they go to school. So find your niche. How do you validate your niche is one very important point. How do you validate your niche? So one way is you go to Google Keyword Planner, put in keywords, breakfast, short recipes for breakfast, or lunch menus for kids, nutritious meals for kids. You'll see how many searches there are. It will give you an internet perspective on how many people are looking for those kind of things over the internet. Once you've got that input, once you've got that data, you know that there are people looking for this kind of information. That's when you know that something that is coming from your heart is going to definitely reach out to people, because the internet, Google Keyword Planner, all of that has already told you that there is a demand out there and you have a passion, and so you can make it happen. So there's a scientific way of going about your passion as well. Then there are other people who might say, like myself, I love being in front of the camera. You know why? because I feel whatever I am feeling right now, whatever I'm imagining, whatever I'm experiencing, I want that experience to come to you. I want my energy to go to you. I want my excitement to go to you. I want to inspire you because I am inspired, because I love this whole phenomena called the internet. So I love being in front of the camera. So people like me should write less, or what I do is I will outsource my writing. I have spoken to writers who have my kind of writing style. I've spoken to hundreds of them, and then I've got 3 people over the years who I feel have my writing style. So I talk to them, and if I have lesser time, whenever I have time in the middle of the night, I'll make a voice note and I'll send it to them. This is what I'm thinking of talking to my audience about. And they'll write a Medium piece or an article. And so my blogging is also taken care of. So I'm a YouTuber, but I'll also do blogging. Then there are people who are very good at showing the behind the scenes look. And that's fine. That's also, you become an influencer in that way. But the thing is, don't become an influencer just for the sake of becoming an influencer because you've heard that ad revenue comes in. You've heard that brands come to you and ask you for money. Become an influencer because you want to influence the world, the society in a certain way. I know this sounds sometimes, preachy, but it's true. The internet brings out the reality in you and tells people you're real you. So be the real you. People will love you for it. Don't try to be fake. Don't try to be anybody else. There might be great internet sensations, phenomena on the internet, but don't copy them. Don't follow them because they might be great. You are great, but at any time you try to be them, you will be termed as fake. And I know you're not, so don't be that. So how do I make an influence? I've been doing digital marketing for 20 years. Very few people have been doing digital marketing for 20 years. I've worked with about 1100 brands. I'm 43 years old. I've learned, I've made mistakes, I've got certain experiences. How should I help people? Guess what? I discovered something called the digital disconnect, and that's what my workshop is also called. The disconnect between senior leadership, middle management, and everybody else who's going to execute final plans on what to expect from digital marketing. What are the possibilities? What are the opportunities? How to hire an agency? How to hire somebody in-house? What KPIs, KRAs? So my workshops include talking to all of these people, helping them with their digital disconnect, because I've been through that. I've worked with hundreds of clients. I've understood the disconnect that they sometimes don't see. I've had a track record. So that's the influence I'm trying to make. The other influence I'm trying to make is because I've been through that journey. I've had startups that have done well. I've had startups that have failed. I've invested in startups that are doing well. I've been part of startups advisory boards that have done well or not done well. So my whole experience bundled up into bite-sized lessons which I bring about through these kind of videos will help this audience. So that's the influence I want to create. And so I use Instagram to tell you what's happening in my life. Behind the scenes, what's happening in my office. Sometimes there's a good day, sometimes there's a bad day. Sometimes there'll be a big client coming into my life, sometimes there'll be a big client we might lose. Sometimes I'm upset with myself, sometimes I'm happy with myself. Sometimes I'm playing with my dog, and sometimes like 10 days back I lost one of my oldest dogs and I was crying, sitting right over here. So I am being vulnerable and sharing my real life with you, as I also tell you about the digital world that I'm most passionate about. So that, I hope, is my influence on this world. So you find your own influence. You are influencing people. If you've lost weight, if you won a race, if you were able to get up at 5 o'clock to pick up your uncle from the airport and everybody else was feeling lazy, at every single small incident in your life, every event that is created in your life, you are inspiring somebody. Somebody, your uncle, your aunt, your niece, your mom, your dad, your neighbor, who might see you getting up 5 in the morning and going for a jog, and he's coming back at 4 or 5. He's like, wow, I'm getting inspired by this guy. You are inspiring the world even if you don't want to. I am saying leverage the internet and say, you know what? I can show them my world. So A, they realize everything is normal and that people like who are normal like you. B, that there is a power to inspire other people. So that's how you use Instagram. What about starting my own agency? Now that is a very big question. How do I start an agency? Normally 3-4 people get together and they're like, I'll get a creative person, I'll get somebody who understands digital, he was blogging for a while. Or there are people who've joined who are from traditional agency setups, and and then there are people from traditional agency setups and they get together and they start an agency. But the thing is, most agencies are very, 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 very challenging, because you know why? A typical agency has 200-300 tasks, variables that you're doing for your customers. Make a creative, change the color, write the copy, do this, do that. It is crazy. only way you can survive, only way you can win is if you are passionate about it. And guess what? Let me tell you one thing that very few people talk about. Guys, passion runs out if you're not making money doing what you're doing. And the money will come in if you're a particular flavor, if you're different. If you're brown, if you're black, if you're red, if you're orange, you'll get the money. If you're vanilla, you will not get the money because there are enough and more vanilla agencies. I don't understand when I find an agency which comes and says, this is my card, I'm a digital marketer. What do? I do digital marketing. What kind of digital marketing? Well, we take care of all your platforms, social media and all of that. There are so many. This is a price game. It's a race to the bottom. Instead, if you say, I love cameras and I love photography, I love creativity. So we do creative workshops for brands. Or you say that we're a hospitality specific agency. We help hotels leverage revenue from social media for their rooms, for their banquets, for their F&B. And we help their GMs and their restaurant staff and their F&B manager, all of them become superstars and help them with their personal branding. Interesting. Well, we work only with real estate companies and we help them expose their unsold inventory online and help them find new customers. Interesting. So you have to have a niche. And in today's day and age, I say pause, wait, dig deeper and find a sub-niche. Instead of having just a niche, find a sub-niche and dominate that for as long as you can. Because then you're an expert that people will come to. And guess what? When you go to a doctor, when you go to a general physician, you pay a certain fee. When you go to a cardiologist, your fee is totally different. Because that's the difference between a generalist and an expert. So before you get into this digital marketing ecosystem, ask yourself, ask your co-founders, what are our true strengths? Don't go after the money, go after your true strength. Go after what you will do day in and day out. Because this is a 7-day business, non-stop. There are no breaks. The passion has to be there. Passion cannot run out. So what is it that you will be relentless about? What is it that you can do forever? Find that out. Write it on a board. Write down 10 things that you can do. Then say, what do people know you for? What industry appeals to you? What have you done in the past? What is your experience? Carve out a niche. Like they say, if you sweat more in practice, you bleed less in war. So before you get into the game of digital marketing and opening your own agency, take enough time, a couple of weeks, months, doesn't matter. Fine-tune your niche, fine-tune who you are. Don't lie to your partner or your co-founder. Don't let him or her lie to you. Find your own niche and then go into the market and tell people who you truly are. There is enough business for everybody out there. It's all about you knowing who you are before you go into the world. So this was my 2 cents on the kind of digital marketing there are today. Bloggers, YouTubers, all of that. Too many opportunities. You have to first know yourself, your strengths, and then make it happen. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this video. There are many such videos I will be coming out with on how to start a digital marketing agency, what kind of agencies do well, what kind of remuneration to expect, how to scale your agency, and many, many more. I hope you had a good time watching this video as much as I did bringing this to you. Thank you very much for your time. This is Avi Arya from Internet Moguls.